move the nation. True FM 96.1.
Oh, yes. What a way I like to say good morning. This is the TBS, the Truth Breakfast Show, 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Welcome to Liberia's biggest breakfast show, cutting across the 15 counties in the land and breath of the Republic of Liberia. It's 8 o'clock. I was all right here to serve breakfast straight up to 10 o'clock this morning. So much we'll talk about. When you wake up in the morning and breathing in, breathing out. Oh, yeah, it's got to be God. Yes, welcome to the TBS. Every day is a new day. Yes, just have in mind that every day is a new day. Change your behavior and your feelings. And be addicted to improving yourself. Every day is a new day. Good morning to the 15 counties in the land and breath of the Republic of Liberia. The love of liberty. The love of liberty brought us together. Let justice be done to all. Good morning, Nimba. Good morning, Lofa. Yeah, the last time I asked, is Lofa County is still the bread basket? And someone says, Nimba. Good morning, grandkid man. Good morning, Bombing. Bapolu, good morning, Mangibi. The hotspot like to say good morning. The love of liberty brought us together. My name is O'Neill. Where's Marka? And I'm sure he's going to join me shortly. So much to talk about on the TBS on a Thursday morning. Yes, let's recognize some of our folks on the Facebook. Those of you bringing your data watching us. Again, it's great to be back on the show this morning. A lot of things happening. Yes, let's give a recognition of those who bring their data, watching us. Member of the silent listeners, you view us every day. You don't call, you don't text. I'd like to say good morning to you in a very special way. Yes, thanks so much for following the Truth Breakfast Show. We are here Mondays to Friday. Truth FM broadcast 18 hours a day, 365 days in the year. Yes, we're coming your way every now and then. Yes, let's recognize you. When your data missionary Howard says, good morning, TBS. I'm watching live from USA Road. Yes, good morning to you. Emma Hammer following from my bureau in Kakata. Emma, how you doing this morning? Thank you so much. Maybe Betty said no live. Why no data? Maybe I should add Bobby Allen saying the saying it's MB. Yes, maybe Betty, good morning to you. Lemon Conan says I'm following from Pinsville. Yes, going to the show. Yes, I don't miss the TBS. Thank you so much, Peter Augustine Mobile. Good morning from Lord Mangibi, the Humor Senator Emmanuel Nukwe. Yes, good morning to the Senator. I've been hearing from him for a very long time. Purity Jackson, good morning. Yes, following from Kirisburg. Thanks so much for the show this morning. Solomon Pay, following from Mangibi County, Augustine Faya. Yes, the breakfast show. I don't miss it. It says Wilson David. Yes, good morning to you, Wilson David. Please don't do it, Dave. Yeah, don't do it twice. Yes, Kato Flomo. Yes, from District number 6, a regular guy. Wilson David, today's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Also, what's my guy? IB Show. Yes, of the National Elections Commission. Initials Wisdom. Today's your birthday. I'd like to recognize you and say happy birthday to you, Inisha. How you doing this morning? Liu Kimbe. Yes, veering from Grand Bassa County, highest Grand Bassa this morning. Yes, Elotius Peter Flomer. Yes, he said great job in the midst of all country first. Yes, good morning to you, Aliu Sila. Yes, Coach Sila, how you doing this morning? It's been a while. I haven't seen you. Yes, following the breakfast show this morning, Samuel Jacobs. Um, yeah. Good morning, Mama. Yes, your greetings. Forget the politics part of it. We'll play later on. Ambassador Gabriel Taba Miondo says I'm following from my resident in Congo Town. Yes, Gabriel, thanks so much for following the show. Salamatu Kamara, yes, regular, always following the TBS. Good morning to you, Salamatu. Dave Jerome, yes, and the rest of you just give us a share. I mean, we can keep calling, going on and on. Yes, this is the TBS. Yes, hey, yes, my friend. This is Jasper. Yes, this is Dave Jasper. Jaron, good morning to you. Yes, I haven't seen you for a very long time since Grarius days. Yes, good morning to you, Jaron. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing pretty fine. Let's give you the lineup this morning. Um, Shallow bringing on our health tip with Derek Ernest Coty. Yes, going to fill us in with our health tips right here on the TBS. And right after our health tip, we bring you the review of the local dailies, what's making news from the print media. And as part of our talking point, well, the government of Liberia lifted the ban on Western cluster. And I'm here thinking disappointed this morning. And that's going to go through the Ministry of Public Works. The government of Liberia lift ban on Western cluster despite the company not meeting up to the resident demands. We'll talk about that within our talking point. We might have the press secretary of the president, Kula Fofana, who is all the way in South Korea. Well, we're missing one another back and forth. If I could get Kula, we'll definitely bring on the presidential press secretary, Kula Fofana Vamovai, as President Joseph Boyka continuing to have his Asia business meeting. So yes, we might have the press secretary with us this morning. Then today we'll go on. Look, within the LDA thing, and I still want to stand firm of what I said on yesterday. Wait for the investigation. They will wait for the investigation. You are seeing the videos, you are seeing WhatsApp messages, all on the social media back and forth. So wait on the investigation. As a matter of fact, the president have seen the video. Yes, yes. The entire chat room of the LDA have reached out to the president. So wait on the investigation. So meanwhile, Christopher Peters tells the acting OIC of the LDA. So we're on the investigation and see, well, who's wrong? Well, no one knows. Left of the president decision whether the three of them will return. All right, great. So we'll also have that within our talking point. Speak to your leader right after that. For now, straight up to 9 o'clock, we'll bring you Sports Entertainment commercial brought to you by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. EcoBank have launched a very new promotional service. I hope to talk about that within the show this morning. Yes, then bring you sports 9 o'clock commercial sports entertainment. Then at 9:15, this Leon, she's a human rights advocate and a human rights advocate will be here this morning talking about some basic thing within the law. She's from the Federation of African Law Students. Yes, she'll be our guest here this morning. The organization is called FALAS. So, Slam will be with us this morning. It's a great edition of the TBS. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for following the breakfast show this morning. Yes, let's bring you our help tip with Derek Ernest Coty. Yes, Derek Coty is going to come up next with our health tip right here on the show this morning. Where's this Jack? Yes, see if I can get it through and bring on David Ernest Coty with our health tip this morning. Yes. Good morning to you, David Ernest Coty. Amanda, you missing Uncle Joe?
Yes, I'm missing Uncle Joe.
Okay.
And let me inform you today. Uncle Joe is referred to as a good road medicine. To look.
The good road medicine.
You can see the difference that is happening right now.
Okay.
Good road medicine. Yesterday, we were on men talking about prostate cancer. Today, women, this topic is for you. Cervical, I need to repeat what I said, sir?
Go ahead.
Okay.
My name is Philip Kumako. I'm in charge of mobile applications for EcoBank. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the EcoBank Express account. Do you know you can open a bank account without having to go visit a bank branch? Do you also know that you can open a bank account without having to fill all the paperwork that is normally associated with opening a bank account? Yes, this is true. This is what the EcoBank Express account offers you. The EcoBank Express account is a digital account that is opened using just your mobile number. This account allows you access to a wide range of banking services that is available today. To open an EcoBank Express account, you have two options. The first option allows you to use a smartphone and the internet to open your Express account. To use this option, you need to visit the Google Play Store or the App Store to look for the EcoBank mobile app and install on your smart device. Once launched, click on the Get Started button. You'll be presented with options to use the app. Since you intend to open an Express account and you are not an existing EcoBank customer, click on No, I'm new to EcoBank. You will then be prompted to select the country in which you want to open the EcoBank Express account. For this test, we will select Ghana and then enter our mobile number. You'll be presented with the option to review the terms and conditions attached to the use of the EcoBank mobile.
You finish that time finish any other your period not come. Ask the woman who will tell you. But when you still see period coming, small blood coming, don't take it light. Go to the hospital. Number 3, vaginal bleeding between periods. If you're supposed to have a period at the end of the month, you feel like having a period. After 1 week, you see a period coming in. Go see the doctor. Number 4, periods that are heavier and longer than normal. You know how your period can be, or you have your period, you know how it can be. But when you start seeing it becoming so heavy, so plenty, and it's still longer than the normal time. For example, if you can have it for 3 days or 4 days, but this time you see it going for 6, 7 days, my friend, go to the doctor. Number 5, vaginal discharge that is watery and has a strong odor. When you discharge as a woman, you see the thing looking like water and it has a bad smell, smelling bad. Or sometimes it has small blood inside. Go and see the doctor. Last but not least, when you observe pain during sex, when you're having sex and you're feeling pain, it is not something to take like go and see the doctor. When these things are happening, like I told you, don't go behind the house. Go to the doctor. That friend is fooling you. And you the men too. You need to know your woman. Study your woman. You've been with her for 1 year, 2 years, 10 years. When you see her complaining, don't say, why are you behaving like this time? You're getting back. No, there's something wrong somewhere. Remember this. Men, when you are about 40 years old, do not sit in one place for more than 2 hours without walking around for 20 or 30 minutes. All you got to do that. The reason is very simple. When you become 40 years old, your prostate starts to enlarge. It will start to get big. And the prostate is between the base of the penis and the rectum. The rectum, yeah. So you have to be very careful. And there was a time we talked about prostate enlargement. There was a time we talked about prostate cancer. I'm reminding you again, once you are 40 years old, that prostate will start to get small. Don't sit on it too long. After 1 or 2 hours, get up and walk around for the 20, 30 minutes. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
David. Abbas. Is there what? Man. Abbas, if I had the money, could still I say you disturbing, man?
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, thank you so much, David Cote. Thank you so much, man. We talk right after the show. Yes, David Cote with our help tip. I mean, it's a regular feature right here on Truth Breakfast Show, 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Let's follow what is making news from the print media. The review of the local daily is just up next.
To follow, following, let you on some tele. Opa into tawle, tapping up in.
Yes, we can beat this team song. It's a team song, so love. Hey, Christopher Sally, thank you so much, man. The song is taken from the motion picture Mohanan. Oh, yes. And guess what, Professor Richmond Anderson, chairman of the Southern Listener Association. Well, okay, I accepted the invitation already. Let's bring you what's making news from the print media. The front page are from the New Republic. The New Republic. Yes, Thursday, June 6th, Thursday edition are from the New Republic. Crucify, Crowman, others, Liberian cry on President Boykai to go beyond suspension. Well, investigation is ongoing. Another fact of the story is still saying, well, AB Kruma is not the problem, but let the full investigation continues. Well, President Joseph Boyka looks in a very serious mood. The picture here on the front page of the New Republic, JNB looks very serious. His face, like no business as usual, ferociously angry. He's on the front page, and I'm seeing AB Kruma is also captured here on the front page of the New Republic. Grab a cap and read the rest of the story this morning. SC rejects, and that's the Supreme Court rejects 17 million allocation. Well, Chief Justice Siana Yon is captured here on the front page of the New Republic. Let's get to the back page. What the back page have? The back page are from the New Republic. Government lifts Western Cluster permit. Amen. Amen. For how much dollars? Government lifts Western Cluster permit. This is part of our talking point. We'll get to that. It's on the back page from the New Republic. Grab a copy and read the rest of the story. This one AML celebrates war environment in Yikipa. This is Asila Mental Liberia. Yes, let's see if we can get to our next stop this morning. This has to do with the Inquirer newspaper. What's making news on the front page? The front page are from the Inquirer. Yes, Civil Society Network condemns LDEA bosses. But as investigation continues, well, that's what the board is there for. Grab a copy and read the rest of from the story this morning. The front page is still making news this morning. The front page of the Inquirer managing editor Jimin introduces winning Sewa Jimin introduces reporters to new newsroom supervision. Yes, congratulations, the news editor. Winning Sewa Jimin, yes, it's on the front page as a sub-lead story here. You can grab a copy. I'm seeing photo from reporters introduced to newsroom supervision. Well, let's stay on the front page of the Inquirer LLA, that's Liberia Land Authority. These government land inventor. Land Authority, these government land inventor. Gotta follow up on the story here. Yes, NTA Managing Director works from garage. It's a sub-lead story here. This is the National Transit Authority. The last time I said, look, the NTA looks like a packed garage, and that's not far from my area there in Ghana'sville. NTA managing director works from garage. This is boss Edmund Ford is working from a garage. The National Transit Authority is operating from a garage. Since his appointment, no office. What? Hey man. Anyway, let's go to the back page. What the back page have? The back page here from the Inquirer newspaper. Hardcore detects low budgetary allotment for judiciary. I'm seeing Chief Justice Siana Young has been captured. Look very serious. I'm not going to accept the 17 million. No, it's too small. Well, you can grab a copy and read the rest of the story. Why the High Court detects low budgetary allotment for the judiciary. Yeah, so lastly on the back page are from the Inquirer newspaper. Early childhood mentorship program kicks off on tomorrow. Yes, I'm seeing Rachel MP's cart. It's been captured here on the back page from the Inquirer newspaper. Early childhood mentorship. Yes, I understand. This mentorship project will be officially launched on tomorrow. Rachel's cart. A young mentee has been captured here on the back page from the Inquirer newspaper. Let's go for our next stop. This have to do with from the Independent. What's making news on the front page? The front page from the Independent newspaper. Yes, let's get to the front page. Incredible proud. Who is saying this? Commissioner Lai expresses delight over Liberia's enduring maritime ball with grace. Well, the maritime boss has been captured. Yeah, he said, I'm proud of the progress made so far. Since taking over the maritime, he's been captured here on the front page of the Independent. You can grab a copy and read the rest of the story this morning. LDEA. Again, U.S. drug expert takes driver's seat. It's a sublead story on the front page. Let's go to the back page. What the back page is all about. A flashback photo with a Pretoria, yeah, celebration of the 75th anniversary of the Liberia Registry. Okay, it's a Pretoria on the back page of the Independent. So our last stop have to do with the front page Africa, the front page of the front page Africa, the front page of the front page Africa. Quickly, I'm going to go to the front page and let's see what front page have this morning. The front page of the front page Africa. Why the ban lifted? Oh my God, it's like front page and I'm on the same thing. Why the ban for Western Cluster lifted? And guess who's on the front page? Yeah, I'm seeing the Minister of Public Works, Rodan Giddens. Governor of Liberia restores Western Cluster road user permit 1 month after 1 month after the ban. Why the ban was lifted? I'm seeing the CEO of Western Cluster has been captured on the front page from the front page Africa. The page of the front page Africa will discuss detail. To solve this story here, First Korea Summit concludes in Seoul with nearly 50% agreements and memorandum of understanding to promote trade, energy, minerals. But Liberia yet to announce any deal. This is what front page have as a solve story. And the president of Liberia, Joseph Boyka, has been captured. Yeah, the president of South Korea, First Korea Africa Summit concludes in Seoul with nearly 50 agreement and memorandums of understanding to promote trade, energy, minerals. But Liberia yet to announce any deal. Okay, you grab a copy and read the rest of the front page Africa story this morning. Yes, this is the Truth Breakthrough 97.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Again, my name is O'Neill. Marka will be with me very soon. Again, caught up 1 or 2, but I'm sure he's going to be a very, very, very soon. In a couple of minutes, we'll have Marka with me on the show. Yes, so the show is brought to you by Orange. It's no secret that Orange is making a lot of major progress. Orange continues to open new sites across the country. Yes, Orange is making major progress. And tomorrow, definitely, I will announce the deal that was just introduced by EcoBank. If you're living in the diaspora, we all know that Liberians have been facing with this problem. You stay in the diaspora, you send your little money for your family member to build that little house, and someone just eat the money and say you fake pictures. So EcoBank now, it's a big deal from EcoBank. I hope to have some of the team on tomorrow. EcoBank is going to play this kind of role. You send the money through the bank. It's like paying for your mortgage, your mortgage, right? You pass the money through the bank go and get the land and build everything for you. This is something very, very interesting. I mean, most of all have not been fair to one another. Most Liberians. Yes. And we all know that family members will send money to relatives. Yes, people will eat the money, eat the money, eat the money. So EcoBank have officially launched this big deal, and trust me, the team will be with us on tomorrow, and we'll have more details on it. Yes, the TBS is right on right now, as you are following up. With this development, and with Western Cluster Liberia, and I'm a little bit stressed about this. I'm stressed about this because Western Cluster. I'm trying to see if I can get the video where President Marka visited. Okay, I got the video already. I want to play this video. Then later on, when I get the telephone lines, you're George. What it takes for a president? Is it because of 280,000? Joseph Boyka just talked about a role. There are a lot of things happening that mind involving in Western Cluster. We have been raising this issue, and trust me, Joseph Boyka is somebody who's listening. One of these days, he informed his team that I'm going to visit the swamp area in bombing. The president on the Friday went with the Minister of Public Works and other entourage, and they went to the mine. And weeks later, he's asked if they will still operate or they don't want to be shut down. Their seraphim needs to be met. And the Minister of Public Works was in attendance. Yesterday, we heard in the big news that the ban have been lifted on Cluster, a company that takes millions of iron ore. Do you know how many trucks? Look at the roads. It's not just bombing. They'll pass through the Freeport. Look at the Bushwa Island. The Bushwa Island road is one of the worst roads we have right now in the city. Good morning to you, Giddens. Giddens, morning to you. The road trucks normally ride. Look at the Bushwa Island road. On Saturday, I displayed a video here. See the whole Bushwa Island mess up. They leave for bombing and pass through the port. Today, we are hearing this. Let me just play this audio. Then I will come back. Why lifted this ban? Yes, let's listen to this. This is President Joseph Boyka. Simple Bridge will collapse very soon. Let me tell you very soon. Reverend Guinness, good morning to you. Do you know why they named the Gabriel Johnson Tucker Bridge after a former public works minister? Most of us in Liberia will say the new bridge. That bridge is guaranteed for 50 years. They named it after a former public works minister. The Gabriel Johnson Tucker Bridge. Reverend, good morning to you. The Simple Bridge is going to get damaged very soon. The load of trucks that passes through the bridge more than 15 nights. Even when government placed a ban on Western Cluster, they were still operating in the night. That bridge will go down very soon. And this is President Boyka, please listen up. Listen up to the president.
And the better we do, more possible the resources. And by the way, I'm telling you, I got met with the lawyer for Western Cluster this morning. And I told him we're going to close them down. And we don't know welfare. I told him emphatically this morning, goes on down, and I'm telling you seriously, we're not going to sit here to take our resources and do that. If they want to invest further, they're going to do a railway. They can damage our road and get leave of stranded. So I'm still at 200 and the council this morning. So I want to thank you all. Thanks for the good work. Let's continue.
Yeah, yes. Let hold on. Marka, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
You don't know it all.
You don't know it.
We'll talk the rest behind the scene.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
morning, good morning.
As you're taking your coffee break again,
Yes.
my baby already running. Look,
With the Western Club.
yeah. You see, so many things the president make mention of, but that morning that was released just for road, and the president said, look, we're going to lose all of our bridges. And in the absence of the president, the ban have been lifted. Yes. So I mean, good morning to you.
Again, on you.
Mhm.
That mean I know the public works minister will not take decision on his own.
Yeah.
So the truth is, you just play the voice of the president. Talking about Western Cluster, like during the decisions, I think a month ago, we read some part of the decision which said that Western Cluster will be using the road, and within the period of 5 years, Western Cluster should initiate the construction of a railway.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know. The Public Works Ministry is telling us that Western Cluster has presented a report on road construction or expansion, and that they have also provided 200,000 US dollars for road repairs. So therefore, they are restoring Western Cluster's road users permit. If I added that story,
Yes. I mean,
so how, I don't want to talk in a way that people will say. So how serious is Liberia?
yeah.
Because 200,000. I mean, I don't want to blow horn for other companies, even though we have criticized them in the past for some wrong they did.
200.
If we talk about the kind of investment that ArcelorMittal, for example, has done in this country,
It's far.
a year about Western Cluster provided 200,000. 200,000.
It's small.
ArcelorMittal is spending $1 million annually just as social development funds to the 3 counties that the company is operating in. For Bon County, just for passing through.
For passing through, right?
ArcelorMittal rehabilitated and, let me just say, reconstructed the only railway we have in this country currently.
That's a lot.
ArcelorMittal is still being criticized though,
Yeah.
for some reason.
Then
Western Cluster.
Western Club. Marka, what has been in my spirit? Guinness is rather standing before President Marka, and the president is talking about bridges and everything. But what is 200,000? And there are several demands for the resident in bombing. Bombing, the people have been crying for pollution. No hospital.
Just yesterday, we did a news article from the new superintendent of Bombay County, Madam Miata Dolly, when she said Western Cluster have been operating even though the road user permit was suspended.
Yeah.
It didn't even take 2 days, and we are hearing that the government has restored the permit.
Look at that.
So again, somebody will say we have not read the report that was submitted to the government by Western Cluster after the president made a statement, after the Ministry of Public Works took the action. Somebody will say the road expansion they're talking about, I think 3.5 meter, whatever they call it. It's a asphalt pavement that they're about to do. What are they about to do? Did they say anything in that report about the rail? Because according to their agreement, after 5 years, Senator Ernest Snow knows about that. After 5 years, I mean, they should be able to begin the construction of a railway.
Let's
Be using the road.
yes. Let's
You can use road on you to transport.
That's the old is easy a million tunes, right? Let's play President Marka again. Before the president went to Western Cluster, he was aware of the situation. Reverend Giddens, listen to what your president was saying. Maybe you forget about this audio. He big mention we'll lose all of our bridges. Can you imagine this? Not just road President Marka talking about. If we don't close Western cluster down, we'll lose what? All of our bridges. So to this morning now, I mean, Marka has a headline in his news that we heard 200,000 given for a road. Are we joking in this country? Let's give the press, one more play.
And the better we do them, more possible the resources. And by the way, I'm telling you, I don't met with the lawyer for Western Cluster this morning incident, and I told you we're going to close them down. Minister, let me tell you, we don't close Western Cluster down, we'll use the bridges. We will use these bridges and it will be disastrous for this country. And we're not going to sit here without, because the number of vehicles moving on that road. And I went up the hill the last time. Western Cluster is not mining. They're just taking our resources.
So again,
Yeah, man. Hey, Papa went up the hill the last time.
even though I'm not President Bwaka, but I was trying to interpret what President Bwaka means by they are not mining.
They're taking all
are
of
just
our
taking
resources. Uh-huh.
So mining has standards.
Yes.
Okay.
But they are going beyond
Yes, mining has standards. So if, for example, you are just maybe going ahead and doing unguided underground mining, you are just digging pits and taking out ore and without abiding by international standards of old mining, it means you're just taking things out, you're not mining.
Marka,
That's why the president said they're not mining, they're just taking out.
The president was fully aware. Someone have given Joseph Boyka, and when he returns, on
only the thing is, just tell the president what you want to tell him.
Yeah,
because
I will tell him.
I cannot sit here and agree that Gideon's the stole the road user permit without the consent of the president.
Yeah, he's in a known, but then it's the same business as usual because within his own order, he said our bridges and make mention. But besides the president of Boyka, residents, Brother Gideon's good morning, residents in Bombing County, they have issue with this company. In terms of the social corporate responsibility, the company promised to build clinics, hospital in Bobotown, in Zekle, and other parts of Bombing, nothing. And today, the people will see these trucks going to full operations. Look at the Bushra Island, what the pass through to go into the Freeport, pass through Sego Dougley Freeport River to leave. I mean, it's not something easy. Anyway, yes, but unfortunately, we're set to have Kula Fofana, the press secretary of the president, and due to the time difference, they are 10 hours ahead of us.
Okay.
So we have both missed one another call, so I don't think we'll have the press secretary via mobile. But anyway, Front Page Africa had a story this morning on the same 50 agreement, but the Liberian government had not said whether they are signed anything, yes, that they can move on with. Yes. This is the TBS 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. The Ministry of Public Works. Road maintenance is something that we not just, it should cut across the entire country. I mean, it should cut across. As part of the RS agenda, it's roll, the way the president will always say. Some of these things will raise you up. It's not mean we hate the government. No, we don't. It's better that when this company come, look at ArcelorMittal you're talking about. The money ArcelorMittal spends, I ain't see no concession company that is doing it. No. Despite they were shut down, yet and still, they've still been going back and forth. So again, when you are there to serve, do it in a way that the people will benefit. Yes, let's see if we can get some calls up.
Yeah, let's pick some calls this morning. The folks from Palace.
People asking, say, what happened with you? I said that
I'm okay. Nothing happened.
I thought you needed backup.
If I needed backup, I will communicate with you.
Okay, great. Yes, let's get some calls coming now. This is the Breakfast Show. Yes, 96.1 0777 285 961. David Cote, our first caller. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, and good morning to the ambassador. Look, I would like to advise the both of you. to please come to St. Paul's Bridge and see something. When Mobutu Yupan was alive and serving as public works minister, I complained to him. I told him about this bridge. The two ends are spoiled. When you cars, in fact, normally there's a serious traffic there because of the two ends spoiled. Now, if it is the public works minister that is advising the president or some senators who have interest in the company that are advising the president, I'd like to say to the president this morning, please reverse that decision. Because if this bridge breaks down, that whole area is cut off. We too are cut off. There's no way to say we're going to drive canoe to go to town, to do our work. It will be a very serious problem here. I'm concerned about the St. Paul's Bridge. Come and see what I'm saying.
What's the condition of the St. Paul Bridge? I mean, I haven't gone there.
Two ends are spotted, the irons are removed. When Mobutu Yupan was alive, I told him about it. He promised to come and see it. He never came. Now, just come and see the two bridges. I mean, the two ends of the bridge spot. Now you have heaven. You know very well that there's one other one. The old one is up there damaged. Cars don't pass there. Now there's only one that we have that is supporting this whole end. If anything happens to it, we are finished. Nobody in this area will ever go to town. Nobody.
Let me y'all be caught up. You may Senator Snow will be caught up, and Simeon Taylor will be caught up.
And I hope Senator Snow is listening, because I learned that some senators are behind this whole thing here. Hey man, you're that man who will suffer. Instead of me just talking, come and see for yourself. Come and do your own investment.
Okay.
The bridge messed up. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. They will be coming to town, so you want to bridge the bridge. They probably love town too much. Yes. You got a call from your end. Yes.
Take that one.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let me see if I can identify some of our caller voice. Is it Daniel Johnson Habel?
Thank you, Onu. This is Daniel Johnson Habel, and let me say good morning to the pastor from Marka. And I appreciate you guys always interested in that people first. Onu, why you talking of this morning on Western Sector, where David says that's a problem. It's in Silver River on serious note. I can remember when we went to that place when all fish are problem. That's how the new news. And if you look at the news again, it's still serious problem. So looking in terms of getting cluster, you will talk about that. Our government need to put their feet down to see how that great road to be constructed so that at least three can do or iron ore. And finally, for you this morning, I beg you, so you people can make the research. The motorcycle issue, especially the measure that actually place some police officers using it to make money. I'm speaking to our budget program this morning. Those people that have been seen, whenever they go for their motor bar, they don't get their key. And they find every day before, they have set up.
Daniel, that's your allegation. You mean when the bikes are impounded and having all of the document registration, lesson, everything when they're going for, they have to pay another fees?
It's not you say only. Those are things I've observed. Even when they seize the bag now, the movement they seize the bag, they will constrain the bag rather to pay money before they get the bag. Just go and disguise yourself, particularly that 12th Street end. Go there and see.
Okay, the allegation. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, 07772859661. Good morning.
Good morning, Veteran Olin Roberts, and let me say good morning to Ambassador Marka and as well to the many listeners and viewers having a broadcast. My name is Aloysius P. Flomo Jr., and I come in this morning from Lower Magibi County. Olin, let me say thanks to you guys for the Stony show again this morning. And this time, some of us has taken it as a tradition to follow the TBS and make our input on a regular basis because of the way you guys conduct the show. And the issue that has to do with Western Cluster, like you said, it is something that needs, an attention from the angle of the government. in the interest of the Liberian people. You cannot have a $1 billion company in a Western cluster operating within our country, and they are going against some of the agreement. At the end of the day, government take action and reverse back to those actions, not in the interest of the people. Let's look at the bridge we are discussing. That bridge, it connects the capital city to the western region of this country. And he spoke about the duration, 50 years. You have that company using hard moving equipment or heavy vehicles that will even make the lifespan of that bridge to be shorter than what you think about. And government is coming back to the public works minister to say, oh yeah, we can give them the go ahead to continue operating. I think it's sad for our country. And there are a lot of issues. Like we have been following the activities for even Great Cape County and some of those countries are working.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, before you pick up, I remember the situation. There was this bridge on what we call the old bridge, the water side there. Um, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was informed that one of these days, by the engineer, this bridge will collapse. They recorded listening. I think you know the story of this. The old bridge, right to the new bridge there, the Gabriel Johnson Tucker Bridge, and we had the old bridge, the waterside bridge. The president was informed by then Minister Kofi Woods that if nothing is done, one of the days we'll lose this bridge, and mistakenly some people over there will have serious casualty. So sounded more, I said more, another public work minister after Kofi will have left, one more or something like that. He took over, but God be God. Guess what? At 2
I
a.m.
know
in Judy Moore, yes. At 2 a.m. in the morning, no one was on that bridge. Heard a very, very heavy sound, and that bridge just went down. Y'all notice, y'all listen up, y'all know the story. During President Sirleaf, that whole old bridge, we'll call it the old bridge and the new bridge, that bridge went down right to the Manjua market there. I hear that ring?
I think so.
Okay. So there's a warning sign now. You see, the thing that connects the bridge is losing it. That's why David is crying now. Yeah.
David, don't cry, you'll be okay. Yeah, we'll continue to talk for you people. Let me take this call.
Yeah, go ahead. Mark, take my sorry. Go ahead.
Good morning. Mhm.
Good morning to my people of the world. I join you from this morning.
So now you have been doing a lot of advocacies over the period of time, yet we haven't heard much from you on this Western cluster issue.
Amen.
In life, one can do more. And when other people see you like that, that's why the policy of our country. You are a very beautiful question. The ban was lifted because some of our policy people, especially our two senators, in front of anything that dollar and these are guys that call the president for our showcase. And the president, if the president closed down what people are 40%, this is because so within that right,
Is that a DC, or you have any proof that the senator said that? So for me, yes, for me to believe you that the whole road expansion thing they mentioned in the letter that led to the lift of the permit or restoring of the permit, you should send me photographs. Let me believe what you are saying. Well, B. Yates, you are a citizen from Bombay County, so I think you are amongst the people that are, if I may say, affected by the operation of the company.
Well, I'm only better.
Okay.
Because most of they use my treatment to enter most of I don't.
Okay. So
Thank you,
so
Tony.
so so in
Yeah.
in November 28th of last year.
Mhm.
All right.
Mark, just hold on a little bit.
Yeah. Simeon Taylor wrote on behalf as Senate Steering Committee Chair lifting the ban the first time during the George Weah regime. So we have a couple of that letters. So we want to see who actually play a part in them. So they try to on the one.
Martin, man, you from where Glaze or PA Nimba? What you got to do with it? Thing?
No, I think the segment is called Speak to Your Leader.
Oh, not an issue, man. I see you.
Coming first.
Yeah, so I think the issue is Speak to Your Leader. And besides the Beer Mountain situation.
No, we're talking about Western Cluster. Yeah, leave Mountain.
Yeah, Western Cluster, I beg you. Once you speak to the leader, whatever on your mind, you want to talk to the leader about, even though you go talking specifically about Western Cluster, but
Okay,
it's a strange phenomenon that is going on right now. I think that since the people around the president can listen to the radio station, I want to talk about this so that they can also know about what's going on in Margibi County.
Okay.
Imagine since April 23rd, the president made appointment of local government official and was placed on the executive marshal website. These people, they have continued to run after their confirmation, and according to the information we get from, or we get it from Margibi, there are names like Senator from Grand Bassa County and Senator from Moserado County. These people are trying to maneuver to change those names that the president have appointed placed on the executive marshal website.
Where are you getting that information from?
I'm telling you, go to Front Page Africa. It's in Front Page Africa or somebody I did last week, Friday or so. I can forward it to you on your WhatsApp. It's Front Page Africa. I think it's very unfortunate that the president will be appointed and people try to untwist the appointment that the president have made. So since April 23rd, the people cannot be confirmed. Nothing hearing. They're running to the Senate. They're running to the marshal for Senate, to the marshal for Senate. I think it's frustrating.
That means the government is dormant in Margibi.
That's what I'm telling you. The local government since the appointment. I think not only the superintendent working, but all of the other people, development superintendent, financial, all these people, they are not working. They're still in mills. They are not working because of the kind of stagnation that going on, and they're trying to suppress those very people who are still under the rain and the sun to elect them. They appointed them. And some people feeling that they should not occupy a certain position. I think it's very unfortunate. The president has to take care of what is going on in Miami County. If Miami is to develop, the president has to make sure that those senators have to make sure that people they are confirmed and they take that office so that they can start the people.
Your own country okay?
Is Nima okay?
Nima is still a statement will call me
Thank you for joining us this morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah,
that is the same thing Mark was talking about is what you're about to talk, eh?
Yeah.
And we went through the struggle and I was if you get on was yesterday where the president back with Rico. But the other thing that when the reason it was dog in that not about just 2 there for us to get ready to go. That's what it is. It's possible. How you want to live in our own country?
Okay.
So I think the president needs to be very straightforward with this Margibi issue. Only this thing has been dragging for a very long time.
So when the president returns on the 8th.
Yeah, the president needs to take definitive action about this thing.
Yes, he returns on Saturday. So on Monday we'll bring the complaint to the president. Yes, we remind. And by the way, congratulations to Lone Star who did well yesterday. We played to a 1-1 draw. Yeah. I mean, the whole country away. I mean,
I think our new coach hasn't tested defeat.
Not yet. Okay. But the thing is that 3 draws. Yes. Okay. The entire country, in a sense, high level, were not informed about the game, not following like we're playing.
Not much publicity about it.
Yes.
At least, even if the team is not playing at home, if they are huge publicity, there are Liberians there who can afford to travel with the team.
Yes, we
You
didn't
understand?
know. So someone here tell me that Loon start playing. I said, what? Are you joking?
I don't even know whether we even had a real
All-
cheering squad.
All
on
the
the
while
team.
talking, they must have rather
To be thinking. Why did somebody used to sing way back?
yeah, say I'm really
Yes, you know.
No, that's a specific song. Don't need for Loon. When that song is playing, SKD will take defeat. And it's a popular song.
Oh really?
Yes.
I've not been
Yeah.
taking note
I
of that.
hate Loon Star. They
Hey,
boss
hey,
it.
Loon
They don't
Star,
love to hear that song. Anytime we play that song,
They will get tired.
they'll be up. We should go back to the pure investment in Sundays.
Nah.
Yeah. Yoko is on the line. He's
Oh, yeah,
laughing.
okay, let's take Yoko.
We replace Mustafa Raji at the LFA after a second term expires soon.
Sorry, everybody said 2 years move from there. That is their experience. That has to do with constitution. People can get tired with people somewhere.
Who replaces Mustafa Raji after 2 terms?
Thank you. Good morning, people. Good morning to Marka. Thank you very much. Quickly, let's say thank you to the national team for going away and have a draw. It's a big opportunity for this country. It has been a long time for Liberia to go away and just come for a goal down and then equalize, enjoy the game. But Liberia played second half. We suppressed Namibia and we were not just up to find the second goal so we can win Namibia. But that's not the issue, my boss. Mustafa Raji will be replaced 2029 when his time is over, which I
You're not.
The current
Hold on, Yoko, hold on. Maka saying, hold on, Yoko.
I'm asking you, Yoko, the current term he has ending in 2029?
2026, but we're confident.
Okay, 2026.
Okay.
2026.
The one
yeah,
we're getting out here, not talking about it.
I thought 2026. Listen to me, Yoko. I thought 2026 will have a very beautiful program for Raji. Will say thank you for all what you have done for football.
Because he has to follow the footsteps of
Yeah.
people he succeeded.
You have to follow Musa Belete, Edwin Snow, Sumo Ezeto, Wesley, 2 turn. Thank you. Other have to serve.
2 terms, and what they want to do, they did it for the 2 terms. But Mustafa Raji has come, he has served the 2 terms.
My man will discuss that. Go to the other issue, man.
My concern has to do with the issue of Western culture, O'Neill. Western culture was being closed down by the president. I asked this question. It's after the president closed Western culture that I didn't see the real reason. Only he's speaking. I heard him speaking on the air then when he brought the program. But he's supposed to tell us if their company will open, they have to do this because they can be reopened. But he kept on in suspense, and now we are hearing that the company are reopening. I think this is not fair. They got to go back to the country. Let's hear from the country people. Our people cannot be crying. They are suffering, and then we continue to impose the same suffering on them as country. It's not good for us. We got to stand up for our people and keep fighting for them. Thank you very much this morning with you.
Okay, yes. Life after the LFA, we be praying for that. The football house. Grassroots football will cry,
this
right?
particular caller on this line should be Alvin Cook. I'm very sure
Alvin
this
Cook?
is Alvin Cook. That boy from District 5.
Hold on, President Copa.
He was about the movement of Better District 5. Later on, he went and sold the civil society group to one of the candidates during the election.
Not a member, yeah.
So after the election, the whole movement died because it was not a general movement, a political group.
Oh, the member of the mafia.
What survey?
You supposed to win.
The president's statement that no business as usual, they have not resonated well until the president takes serious action. We saw a few days ago, the chief public works minister went to the Senate begging the father for him after refusing to go through the visa process. He convened on that goal. Well, very soon, the calling from Morovia, the people of Babylon had no answer to Mosovalo. So the citizen of Gomi, they are still in charge there.
Why you making the Liberian people scared with the bridge will soon call up?
You want the real country to be coming to town?
Okay. Thank you. Hey,
Having
Laverne people will know the issue. Good morning. Well,
Yeah, so they said the old bridge all come to the water side that were built by
Mhm.
Coffee Woods. Anyway, yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Oni.
Good morning.
Yeah, and good morning, Marka.
Beto?
Morning, Beto. That is Bazatan community road issue, eh?
The road issue, right? Not easy the morning, bro. It's come and see our road, not easy.
Come and see what the Lord has done.
Okay, then try to get you no way. Try to get you no way. You need to help me in the process. Come and see our road this morning.
So you said Bazatan community in Chicken Soup Factory? Yeah, because the last time Beto, the last time we blew out issue here concerning the thorough condition of the short piece of road passing right behind the president's house, right in rehab here. We talked about that thing just for 3 days. Now, as we speak, I went and met earth moving equipment there. They are routing the old asphalt pavement that was there. They are trying to lay brand new quota behind the president's house now.
Yes.
And thanks to the ministry for that. So this road that Beto has been calling for over 1 year now, I think the Ministry of Public Works should make some intervention on that road. It's not just immediately putting asphalt pavement or quota, but I mean you can make some very important intervention to make the road pliable for the people.
Because yesterday when I even listened to the public work minister from the 22 or $23 million that were allocated for let's say maintenance of the road, he only mentioned outstation, but not in Motorado. And we like Monrovia, we are struggling. From Chicken Friday Junction to Pakistan, just imagine we are paying $100 on bike.
You see, it appears to me, Beto, it appears to me, like the certain kind of perception that once you in America, things are okay with you. You're not going through anything, everything fine. So, in my interpretation is that and I'm also I read everything already. So that going zero.
See, so really, we are forgetting about us. And we are really struggling. Come and see people just
All right, Beto, we've heard you. Good morning. We're ready to call you. Let me know when you.
Go ahead.
Let me just chip in with the only big mention of that. You see, we need to be very, very sure with our national team. President is the voice of Chivas for Virginia and took up on Tupo Road.
Okay.
We need to be serious about the national team. Where in the world that you have the best player of the country, then the national team is going to play in a silver medal tournament, then you put the MVP of the country on their list. We need to be very serious in the country when it comes to the national team.
My man, a lot of people. The first thing is a lot of people didn't even know the national team was playing. Somewhere yesterday when the team was playing, I was watching it on my phone, and somebody, why you there looking on your phone? I said, I'm watching the national team. Oh, Liberia playing? Can you imagine? You know. Anyway, that one that the coaching staff and the technical staff decision, but I mean, they need to do more when it comes to. You need to make you attract the citizens to the team, and then they will get that momentum. But it's like you're excluding the whole country from the national team. You're making it as long as a club team belonging to the
local club team.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Good morning. What are later again? We're going to 1 year. Pretty soon we'll be in July. Emma, don't worry. I'm waiting for the president. Let him come.
Emma, we're Monday. We're Monday. We're
Yeah,
Monday.
Emma, without the president come because this thing here, on you.
Yeah.
I think we need to place some serious emphasis on this matter. I'm not sure whether it is only Mark Gibi that is going through this.
They were appointed and they have not started work.
Of course. Okay. The nominations were made. They are going back and forth with the nominations. Some are not even gone for confirmation hearing because certain people in the county believe that the list that was submitted to the president is not a right list. They want to make changes. All of these things. I don't think it's right. It is not right. All of you have said this from Mark Gibi. Okay? And if the president made some nomination, normally these nominations are based on recommendations coming from the county. Okay? So the thing is, I mean, what for you? There's a common thing we say in La say, what for you should do.
Look, let me just say it was see your face, right?
Yeah. So if these people have been given the opportunity, go through the confirmation hearing. If you think for any reason, that's the good thing about the whole thing. The Senate is like the human resource. Vet the people, confirm them or deny them.
They are not qualified.
And then we move on.
And you leave
you can't hold the entire country, an entire county hostage. Nothing happening there. We're talking about government decentralization. The county service center in Kakata is dead. Nothing happening there. The whole city doesn't have a mayor. So what happens? How will the county run? The president should take serious action on this Mark Gibi issue.
Let me say to all of you who are nominated, appointed by the president, you know, I mean, this is almost a month now. I remember a couple of months or weeks when the company was on, a couple of superintendents reached out to us. This superintendent was, appointed by the president, and the confirmation was just going back and forth. Someone was holding on to that listing. We started to raise the issue, and today, most of them now, they are not working. Although they don't get back to us anymore. Yes,
that one.
Yeah, it's a normal thing. Yeah, this preacher every morning they'll be with all back and forth. Who raise the issue until. So those of you who were appointed by the president, this one not seeking for fair. So violence started in heaven. The first violence started in heaven. Go take it by force. You were appointed by the president. The president is not aware. It's a very sad thing when the president appoints. Apart from Mark Gibi, there are other areas.
Yeah.
Yes. Some people are still holding the letter. Can you imagine this? God's sake, you appoint Marka Davis, you appoint O'Neill Roberts. Then someone is holding it for what?
That whole appointment is too burdensome on the president. Not just Bwaka, but the presidency. Yeah. They give it like one presidency too much power. You understand that the president will go as far as appointing district commissioners,
all the
kind of burden.
The superintendent should take some charge of point in time.
They need to do something about this whole
city mayor, the president. Another one, the president.
Seriously.
Everything the president. Okay. As a result, everybody just run to the mansion one job.
Even though we have a law that says that even city mayor should be voted for.
Yes, back then they had Amos Sawyer and the late.
I think paramount chiefs and stuff like that. Even town chiefs, they should be
Amos Sawyer and Chuchu Hunter. They went into an election that had a serious clash in the city.
But all the things they just taking place on the president.
The president.
That president said, I'm smoking your body. The only thing that's surprising me now, I don't know how the president getting younger than he was during the campaign.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
That's a sick. I know. I won't let keep that one.
And guess what? I let you say my observation.
Okay, I'll tell you what making the president young.
Since Ambassador Bwaka became president, I've not seen any sleeping picture. I don't know. You taking note?
Yes.
During the campaign, we saw all the sleeping pictures paraded on social media.
But if the president
became president, I've never seen a man sleeping picture.
If he sleeps, mean the whole country is sleeping.
No, we'll say he's indisposed. Yeah, but
yeah. Yeah, if he sleeps, the whole country will be indisposed. Yeah, but again, the president look younger.
Absolutely.
Yes, I must say this out. So, since you still look so good, it's good. Buhari had a very terrible health time when he was president for Nigeria. For 2 years, he was away from Nigeria back and forth. Bwaka, you still have the energy.
Sure.
When you see the media making this issue,
politicians,
please. Then you'll be thinking.
No.
And let me just say this out. Joseph Bwaka, the days Joseph Bwaka replace you and dismiss, fire you, you're not coming back.
Really?
You're not coming back. Oh. That mistake that George Riad made, he said first half player, second half player, it didn't work.
It didn't work?
Yes. So some of you will not rotate we'll take you for gender ministry, we'll send you to education, we'll take you for youth and sports, we'll send you to labor. We'll take you from finance ministry, we'll send you to CBR, we'll take you for internal affairs. There will not be no rotation or something. You all. We got more qualified people who are waiting. Yes, again, want to say thank you for the calls, man.
Yeah, sure. So we can take our break and at 9:15.
Yeah, legal pricing, the legal pool, and the love time. She already.
She's there already.
Yeah, so Naomi is not yet off the sports. Congratulations, Lone Star. We did well. We have a away draw.
As usual.
Yes, away draw is a good draw.
I mean, it's a good thing.
Yeah, so once you make it.
And thanks to the coach for trusting one of our sons from Nimba.
Okay.
Nelson Laumi. He's a defender that.
Is that one like sponsor?
No, not the one like sponsor. The tall, light skinned one.
Okay.
Yes.
You mean for content ministry the national team?
I'm telling you. You know that beginning that long throw,
Yeah. I mean for content ministry the national team.
I'm telling you.
I
don't know which club. Club he was playing for.
That Rixo.
Yeah.
That's more Rixo. Did they line up against anyway that
but they play the draw.
Yeah.
That will bring you a break. EcoBank Liberia Limited.
Let me have 30 seconds on it, right? Next week, Marka and I will deep straight to the Liberia Football Association. If you look in the chat room, it's not easy. The back and forth of the LFA who replaces Mustafa Rajiv, right? So next we will take 1 full hour.
You're gonna get defending. You defend tire, no evidence.
So we'll tell you what Rajiv deserved. The third tier will go to the Constitution because we triggered that every slow went 2 turns. Consider Sumo as Wesley 2 turn, Musa Hassan Belete 2 turn. Can we give Raji another 2 turn? For the third turn, we'll discuss that. And who fit enough to replace Raji? That's another thing we'll be looking at.
Exactly.
You know, we're attacking Raji. Who the person will see if I want to replace Raji? All of you just going protest. Whether some of you are being paid to protest, we'll bring up on exclusive on that. Yes, let's go get our break. EcoBank, and of course, we'll be right back.
What happened to you? So, Jimmy, I need to put my daughter's coffee first thing tomorrow morning. And today is Sunday, I get nothing. But there's no problem there at all. It's possible you can still play tomorrow. You like to move and I'm level. I'm not joking. You can't help me, so you I can help you. Let me ask you, have you heard about EcoBank money emergency number? You say what? Just leave me alone. I'm telling you, I need to pay my month tomorrow morning first thing. If they don't open one out, you can help me. But you're not even going to the bank tunnel. All you do is to dial *326# and request for 50% of your salary. You will pay EcoBank back within 30 days, and the interest are only 3%. Will be set to your account in a minute, and you can use your ATM card to withdraw it from any EcoBank ATM.
Mobile applications for EcoBank. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the EcoBank Express account. Do you know you can open a bank account without having to go visit a bank branch? Do you also know that you can open a bank account without having to fill all the paperwork that is normally associated with opening a bank account? Yes, this is true. This is what the EcoBank Express account offers you. The EcoBank Express account is a digital account that is opened using just your mobile number. This account allows you access to a wide range of banking services that is available today. To open an EcoBank Express account, you have 2 options. The first option allows you to use a smartphone and the internet to open your Express account. To use this option, you need to visit the Google Play Store or the App Store to look for the EcoBank mobile app and install on your smart device. Once launched, click on the Get Started button. You'll be presented with options to use the app. Since you intend to open an Express account and you are not an existing EcoBank customer, click on No, I'm new to EcoBank. You will then be prompted to select the country in which you want to open the EcoBank Express account. For this test, we will select Ghana and then enter our mobile number. You'll be presented with the option to review the terms and conditions attached to the use of the EcoBank mobile app, as well as our data privacy policy. If you are okay with these, you click on the Continue button. We will now prompt you to select how you would want to bank with EcoBank. In this case, you will select Express account. we will automatically send a code to the mobile number you provided to verify your identity. As you can see, the code was just automatically read into the app. And once this was verified successfully, you'll be asked to provide your personal details. I will provide my first name, my middle name, my initials, my surname. I will select my date of birth and then provide my email address. I will select my gender. I will then click on the continue button. I'll be asked to select an ID type to use. In this instance, we will use our mobile number. I will enter my address, and then I can choose to review the terms and conditions associated with the use of the EcoBank Express account. I can then go ahead to create an EcoBank Express account. On the success of the creation of the Express account, customer can then select a 6-digit PIN of their choice for you to use to access the app. You then click on the continue button. To enable you successfully do a PIN reset or change your PIN as necessary, you are asked to provide answers to a number of secret questions. Once completed, click on create profile. You will then be asked to select the option of rewarding someone who referred you if this is applicable. Otherwise, you click on skip. You'll be prompted to allow the app to access some of your contacts and details, and then voila, you will then be able to immediately start transacting using the account. The second option involves the use of your phone, but this time without internet, so you can use the USSD service if it is available in the country where you're located. To do this, you need to dial *326# and follow the prompts, where you would need to again have your mobile number verified and then also provide your personal information. Once this is done, you start having access to the account immediately. What can you use your EcoBank Express account for? Your EcoBank Express account can be used for a wide range of banking services that are available today. You can transfer money from your accounts to other EcoBank accounts. You can transfer money from your accounts to other local banks in the country where your account is resided. You can generate virtual cards, meaning that you can go online and use those cards to make payments for goods and services. You can also generate an Express Cash token, meaning that you can walk to an ATM without a debit card to withdraw money from your Express account. These and a wide range of services are available to customers who open the EcoBank Express account. After creating your EcoBank Express account, how do you deposit money into your account so that you can immediately begin transacting? You can do this in a number of ways. You can visit the nearest EcoBank Express point, or EcoBank bank branch, or EcoBank ATM to deposit money directly into your EcoBank Express account. You can also do this by having money transferred into your account. With funds in your account, you can immediately start transacting and enjoy the banking services that are available to you. So go on today, try the EcoBank Express account. You will enjoy it. Thank you. My name is Philip Kumako. I'm in charge of mobile applications for EcoBank. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the EcoBank Express account. Do you know you can open a bank account without having to go visit a bank branch? Do you also know that you can open a bank account without having to fill all the paperwork that is normally associated with opening a bank account? Yes, this is true. This is what the EcoBank Express account offers you. The EcoBank Express account is a digital account that is opened using just your mobile number. This account allows you access to a wide range of banking services that is available today. To open an EcoBank Express account, you have two options. The first option allows you to use a smartphone and the internet to open your Express account. To use this option, you need to visit the Google Play Store or the App Store to look for the EcoBank mobile app and install on your smart device. Once launched, click on the Get Started button. You'll be presented with options to use the app. Since you intend to open an Express account and you are not an existing EcoBank customer, click on No, I'm new to EcoBank. You will then be prompted to select the country in which you want to open the EcoBank Express account. For this test, we will select Ghana, and then enter our mobile number. You'll be
FM, the heart and soul of Liberia. This is where national unity begins. And like we indicated in our lineup this morning, we have with us the country director of the Federation of African Law Students, PALAS. It is headquartered at the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law. you know, why I'm making some huge emphasis on the pronunciation of the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law. I went to Fala's office, and most of the students told me that not because of the spelling, but if you say Louis Arthur Graham School of Law, you're going to be you're going to get in problem with some of the law professors. So it's Louis Arthur Graham School of Law. So Daniela Slayan is the country director of PALAS. She's here this morning. We'll talk more about PALAS, that's the Federation of African Law Students. She's here this morning to talk about the Federation and talk about other rights issues. And besides, she is a well recognized human rights advocate. She is one of the lead campaigners for the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Code in Liberia, and a lot of human rights issues she has been involved with in the country over the period of time. So we are grateful to have her here this morning. Ms. Slam, good morning.
Morning, Marka. and I'm happy to be here. I like the office. When I entered the building, I was like, "Ooh,
Wow, we're really
you,
getting
you
praises for the upgrade here. So
yes,
thanks to liability.
okay,
Yeah,
yes."
absolutely.
So I think Truth FM is going somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
How are you this morning, health wise and your own being as a person? How are you?
very well, thank you. All praises to God.
Okay.
He's the giver of life, and then He takes care.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is good. Even though I've done a kind of wide introduction or profile of you, but it's good to hear from the horse's own mouth. Who is Danielta Slayer?
Well, Daniel Taslian is a Liberian who is patriotic about um, Liberia being developed, um, and who wants to see that we evolve, as a country, as a people, with a mindset of positivity. Most times you hear a lot of people say, this country ain't going anywhere. I'm one person who will just shout out and be like, no, no, no. Then you don't belong here because it's not a voice space. It's not going anywhere. If you say this country is not going anywhere, it means that you're not going anywhere.
Sure.
Yes, and the Bible says, as a man speaketh in his heart, so is he. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So it's also good, to be positive, to think right and think positive. So I'm happy. I'm a Liberian woman, and I'm a crew woman, very proud
Very
to
good.
say that, and global by extension. Um, all through my life, I went to school in Liberia, except where I needed to do my master's and then went to other countries, around. But I don't like to bore people with who I am, except where, there are
This
other.
money back board also.
But
You bought us on back.
I like for, when you work and then you have a huge impact that is positive or the results are positive, then you can, lift your shoulders. So I like to, lift my shoulders where I dedicate, with my commitment, dedicate myself to a task and ensure that, the right thing is done. So yeah, I'm passionate about helping people. I got a few students on scholarship around some public schools around here, and I say I'm not going to take pictures. I'm not going to be flamboyant about it. When you give in secret, he rewards you open it. So yeah, so far I have a daughter, one.
Okay.
Yes,
Who,
and so
where is she?
she doesn't like me telling people.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There
That
was
is
one
good.
point in time she even told me, "Please take my picture from your Facebook page."
Okay.
Yeah, but
She's in a country where they call helmet casket.
yeah, yeah, but God is good. God is good. And I am a student at the Louis Attergram School of Law. I hear you pronounce the word distinctly.
Yes.
Our dynamic dean, it's Louis,
Okay.
even though the S is there, but then you have to be silent with it. It's Louis Attergram's School of Law.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it is
it's
it is
very
is it is it a French way of pronouncing it?
something like French or German, some orientation from there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's Louis. It's
Okay,
Louis.
so most importantly, Ms. Danielle Tasleyan is a student of the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law and not president but country director of PALAS, the Federation of African Law Students. Your ascendancy to this post, you want to tell us just before you can give us some background history?
Well, so I enrolled at the Louis Attergram School of Law, and then the president, the international president, former international president, Anthony Siafa Bakemkai, who spots talent. He sees you from a distance, and he knows that you are able to do certain things. He brings a lot of able minds on board, and so he engaged me. And with the appetite that I have, working for my country, and to also ensure that the best, is brought out. He told me, look, we can do this. There's this Federation of African Law Students, and We want you to come on board and work. So I worked as the deputy country director for the federation. And after I've worked, we had a conference, an international conference in Kigali. It's Kigali,
Okay.
Rwanda. Yes, and the
So
international,
it's not Kigali.
no, it's Kigali.
Okay.
Yes, it's a German pronunciation, Kigali.
Okay.
Yes. So after the international conference, we came back to Liberia, and then the present international president, His Excellency Numbo from Kenya, um, thought it wise to appoint me and said, for your level of work and competence, we think that you can steer the affairs as country director for the Federation of African Law Students, Liberia chapter. And so I found myself in this post, and I'm happy to serve my people. And
Oh,
I have some smart and brilliant young women who are technical, pillars at the back. Sometimes when you head an institution, there are people who do not come to the surface, and then you see there are a lot of good things. It's not just me.
okay.
Yes, the international secretary is a Liberian. Um, he's a senior counsel at the Louis Attegrim School of Law, Ephraim Yuma,
Okay.
who is who is very smart, very brilliant, and he has been of strong support. And of course, our parent body, the law side, the Louis Attegrim School of Law Association, the president, Robert Johnson, has been of great support to the process of fathers, they're working. So,
Yeah. So give us a little history, or just a summary about Palace. What is it all about? We and members of the public would like to know. I think this is a relevant grassroots institution that cut across Africa.
yes. Fathers came into form or into existence with an ideology from a Nigerian who
Okay.
was a law student, Emmanuel Nombodo. Emmanuel Nombodo had envisioned that looking at the different gaps and the different windows of opportunities in Africa, how can we connect African law students so that we look at issues relevant to the rule of law and compliance, thereof, and other issues in terms of promotion of good governance and human rights. So the first founding members were 13, and then fathers had an accord in Accra. And on the 15th of August 2020, Father breathed an interim leadership, an interim government, and a constitutional draft committee. Um, and that committee worked tirelessly to ensure that what Falas is now, continuing the vision and the mission and objectives. And that committee was headed by Nelly Helen Ebruka.
Okay.
Yes, a very strong woman. Um, so on the 5th of September 2021, the Federation held its first maiden international conference in Accra. And that conference was where the different issues of how the workings of fathers will impact the continent, sufficed. And so, of course, Liberia, then in subsequent conference that was held in South Africa, Liberia arose to have had the first international president from the country,
Okay.
Anthony Siafa Kemuka. And we're so excited, and I want to say congratulations to him on his appointment as Special Assistant to the Minister of Justice, Attorney General.
Okay.
That's a huge accomplishment. Siafa is a visionary. He's an astute leader who, like I said, sports a vision or sports a talent and wants to grow it. So
So
Falas,
okay.
yes, Falas, has been carrying on different workings around rule of law, around human rights, monitoring prisons, looking at existing gaps and different windows of how she can ensure that international best practice, is being adhered to, and how the rule of law can be upheld as well.
Okay. Well, that is good. So, just give us some current activities of Palace in Liberia, and if you may, you can, mention in other countries in Africa too. But, key to it, what are some of the activities that Palace is involved with in Liberia currently?
So currently, Fallas has been involved with monitoring of prisons, and distribution of, you know, food and non-food items to hospitals. Fala has been doing that before I came as the country director. In subsequent times, she continued to still engage. One of the highlighted activities that Falas intend to do is to mentor students. Now, we think that there are many lawyers in this country, but we we see the need. Falas thinks that there should be a need to begin to mentor students from high school and explain to them the importance of being a lawyer and what a good lawyer entails.
Okay.
Yes, so Fala is involved with mentorship. We also decided to build a hub where we have a debate on moot court. Now, I had my first moot court.
What is mood code?
Moot court is where you go to the court. Is a kind of practice, what we see the lawyers do. It's a kind of practice on the different actions of being a defendant, being a plaintiff, counsel,
Is it a
and
kind
then
of
going
a kind of
a normal hearing,
okay,
but
but it involves only law students, or you also
involve law students. You must have an understanding of the law. Yes, I don't know whether the
is it like
narrative
people
is
would
going to
say it's like a practical aspect of what you do
exactly,
in the class?
exactly.
Okay,
It's the
mood code.
practicalize. Yeah,
Okay,
it's not just the theoretical part is good. Being in the classroom and going through the different narratives of the processes and procedures of court hearing and how you file your plea and other things. But it's as important as practicalizing what you learn theoretically. So the moot court is a practice of what lawyers do in the courtroom.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. So since you started with talking about prison monitoring and all of that, we had a headline news recently when a human rights organization in Liberia, that's the United Methodist Human Rights Monitor, raised some serious concern about conditions of prison facilities across the country. They mentioned the issue. The first thing they mentioned was the issue of overcrowdedness. They also talk about the physical condition, the sleeping place. They talk about food, poor quality of food, and all of these things. But give from Fala's standpoint or point of view, as you've also been visiting prisons, what can you say to that?
Yeah. So thanks to the UNDP, we had so I'm from the human rights background, like you said, and I work as executive director for the Foundation for Human Rights and Democracy Ford. And so we had a 1 year, 8 months project with the UNDP to monitor prison and to monitor juvenile in pretrial detention. And so I have access to monitoring prisons and visiting the prison compounds, and to see how inmates are being taken care of. Of course, the condition of prisoners is deplorable. The condition of inmates, is deplorable, and the way they treat them. We already have in our mind that once you are over there, you are in prison, you are a criminal, you are a bad person. But I can tell you there are lots of people who do not even know why they are there.
Okay.
Yes, there are people who have absolutely no idea of the crimes they commit and why they've been kept in prison. Um, so the condition of the prison is bad. You have a prison cell that was meant for 375 inmates, and you have close to 1,000 inmates. Liberia should grow from this stage, and I always say that I hope that the Black Eyes government will look at where Liberia, bringing all stakeholders to a table, to a consultation on developing a national vision, a national plan. Where do we intend to take this country? What's the full note? How can we have a sample size and say, okay, over the period there have been transition of government from one government to another, but this is a national vision where you have the traditional leaders, you have women from the rural communities, you have civil society actors, you have government institutions, you have people from different walks of life coming at a round table and laying down to say we want our country to be like this in the next 5 years, in the next 6 years, in the next 15 years. This is what we want, so that when you have one government who come and institutionalize a plan and say they do something, you will not have the next one to come and diminish it or to spoil it. But you have a roadmap that will already give you a strategic plan, a direction on what to do and what not to do. So I think we need a national plan, and in that we can inculcate whether we want to do XYZ. I heard over the period that there was a learn that was spotted somewhere, Groville side down, to build a prison facilities for inmates, because the prison that the withholding cells, it's very small, and there's no space. 2 Saturdays ago, as a human rights defender, I was being talked to by one of my elders from my church, Elder Stanley my Kelvin, and he said, Elder D, I want you to please help me. My son was sent to prison. They deny us born. They refuse my son. They invest. He said a lot of things, and I told him, I said, okay, I'm on campus. I'm in school. So I want you to just come over to the school and let's talk about it. But when you are coming, come along with the indictment. Come with it. So he came and then I read it through. And I said, can I speak with your son's lawyer? And I spoke with him. I said, why this is this? Why this is this? He said, oh yes, it's true, it's true. And all thanks to Councillor Tiawon Gonglo, we have the law school is a vibrant institution.
Okay.
Yes, it's an eye opener. When you go there, you're like in a different world. It gives a lot of appetite to your already desire to become a lawyer and to understand what the laws are in terms of protection of human rights, in terms of promotion, of good governance and other issues. So when I went through and I saw the lapses, I said, but this should not be, you know. So when I spoke with him, he said, let me to the court. So we went to the Queensway court and then I met the judge and we talking about it. And thankfully, he saw a reason the guy was released from prison the same day. So I'm not saying it as a boast, but I'm also saying that we need to make follow up. Most times people get so tired to say, oh, there's a saying, popular saying out there, litigation is time and money. Yeah, but it's also good to make follow up. It's good to follow through. It's good to reach out to people who have the lens. How can you look at this? Can you advise? So I think that we need to sit as a country and ensure that our brothers and sisters that are being placed behind bars in the prison are treated as human beings. Yes.
Okay, that sounds good. But again, there's this Nelson Mandela rules. It talks about the standard minimum rules for the treatment of prisoners. I'm just saying this so that people who are listening can also know that people who are in prison also have their human rights intact. So Rule 1 says all prisoners shall be treated with the respect due to their inherent dignity and value as human beings. No prisoner should be subjected to, and all prisoners shall be protected from torture and other cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment for which no circumstances whatsoever may be invoked as a justification. So the safety and security of prisoners, staff, service providers, and visitors shall be ensured at all times. That's rule one of the Nelson Mandela rule, understand of how to treat people who are in prison. So I just said that to back your statement that people who are in prison are not they are not less human in any way.
Of course, they are not less of people,
Yes.
so they should be treated right.
Okay.
And some of them are on pre-trial; they're not being convicted. So
Exactly. Okay. That is great. Thanks on the prison side of it. That is also fine. But another issue, again, I know this is a law enforcement issue, but it has been something that policymakers and stakeholders have been making comments about. You are a civil society person, believe in good governance and the rule of law. What is your take on this saga? Is the trending issue in the country now that happened on Monday, June 3rd, at the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency? I think you followed that, didn't you?
Yes, I follow that closely.
Okay. You've been listening to some of the
Yes,
audios?
I listen to some of the audios. I listen to, I think, everything. Yeah, I
Okay.
listened to it. I was eager and I was ashamed, you know. But then again, it comes to a point of asking ourselves, how did we get here? Um, what is the culture of our work? Uh, how are people placed in positions? Marka, it will surprise you to know that when you tend to do the right thing, you label.
Okay.
When you try to be the truest person and to be as honest, we know we don't have perfect people, but we have very honest people who are not highlighted.
That's how in high school they tax on teachers, teacher Pepe, for example.
Yes, because you do not follow the crowd, you do not engage with pay to play. You stand on your lane and you say, look, let's do it right. And so there's a frown. Now, the issue of employment in this country,
Are you suspecting that these are some of the issues within the LDA?
that could be the issue of employment in this country. Over the period, I've now heard when you hear the government employees say, "Oh, I'm going for an interview." It's about who know you and bring you in the space.
Okay.
Oh, one of my uncles say I'm gonna carry my application, and you soon realize the person is not sitting an interview. I see competence in the whole package. When you say this man is competent, it means that he's professional,
Mhm.
he's a team player, he's able to respect his subordinates. Their subordinates also should respect their heads or their supervisors or their managers or whatsoever. Um, it's reciprocal.
Okay.
Yes, the law of reciprocity, right? It should be reciprocal. So, but the issue of working culture in this country is bad. And so we do not look at people who are working. What happened at LDA? For me, there are lots of interplays. One, people go to work places either for the money, one, and not for what they're able to do in terms of delivery, service delivery, and to make an impact. The president pronounced drugs as a national emergency, and it should be treated as that. When you say national emergency, when we are driving in the traffic and we hear the ambulance, oh, you are finding means to find a space so that you give the ambulance chance to go. That's an emergency. And when the president said emergency aid should be treated as such. So if you have people
Mhm.
at the hierarchy at the LDA to have stooped so low, it's hurting, it's sickening, and it's worrisome. It's worrisome. And I think that the president's own reaction is welcomed.
Okay.
And we want to see whether
Others said that it should have been straight dismissal.
no,
And, and others said,
I think they should be investigated.
okay.
Yes, I think they should be investigated. And then you see, adherence to the rule of law is the thing. Normally when I was in high school, I remember our mother sometimes told us, when you want to talk to me, I'm going to work. I'm at JJ Delsing Hospital. Just write on a sheet. If
Okay.
yes. So when you are hurt, sometimes you're right. If, an example, you are told not to carry certain thing in the office and you think it's an infringement on your right, you're right. We normally can say put a man on record, put a woman on record.
Okay.
But at that point, your boss and your regulation that governs you say you should not do this. So if you don't feel safe because you think that Eddie Kroman had an arm with him and he asking you, he's asking you not to carry, you stay away from the man and
Okay.
put it into writing and give justifiable reasons why you were not there.
Okay.
We're already starting with leaders, bad leaders who continue to use performatives. For me, it's not helping our country because we
Well,
think that
others are justifying that. I mean, these words are normally or commonly used in security searching.
um, if they are commonly used in security setting, there are certain words that you don't say to your children, even though you use them. Why we don't have sex before our children, even though the Bible says sex is good. Why? Why you don't give your child who is 2 years or $1,000 or $50 or $500? You think that that child needs to be processed, right? So when you are placed at a position and your subordinates are not there yet, it means that in reference to that position, you are governed by laws and you should abide by them. Yeah, if it is the language, it's not in the book. It's just something that we say, over our head or in our head to say, oh, security people can jail us. But one of the things I continue to ask myself, how was this whole thing being recorded?
Okay.
We heard that um, the man say his phone is automatic record.
Oh, one of the deputies, Hassan
Yeah,
Badiga.
yes,
Yeah.
that his phone is automatically recording and the whole scenario. How come? We know that. What kind of phone is that? I really want to see because sometimes before you even go to camera, you got to put in your security code. Okay, let's assume the phone does not have security code, but you still have to go and access where the recorder is.
Does that mean that there was some level of premeditation?
It could be slow to speak, but I think that the president's action is welcomed and is in time. Yes, the committee should do due diligence to investigating the whole saga and let's see, because we also heard this is not the first episode. This is not the first time it has happened.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think from an inner source, this is the third time.
So you see, there has to be further investigation. If they cannot coexist to work together, then there has to be a decision.
Yeah, so if you're just joining this interview, we're speaking with the country director of PALAS. PALAS is the Federation of African Law Students. Daniela Slayon is our guest this morning. We just have less than 10 minutes to go, but I'll let for her to lastly comment on there's this issue since she's a prospective lawyer and also human rights advocate. There's this issue of trafficking. A lot of people are not paying too much attention to it, but thanks to other organizations in the country that are seriously working on trafficking, especially child trafficking, not just cross border but internal trafficking. A lot of children are brought from the rural parts of the country in the name of coming to the urban areas to acquire quality education, to get better life. I mean, at the end of the day, we see a lot of them in the streets selling and becoming breadwinners for these very families who made a promise that I'm bringing you to town to educate you and make you a better person. From the end of hours, from the end of Ford, the institution you had, I mean, let's hear you out on this.
Trafficking is a huge concern. And I think that gradually we're getting there where the president will also pronounce human trafficking as a national emergency.
You
Yes,
think we've reached that
I
level?
think I think we're getting there. All thanks to the USAID, they're doing well, working along with civil society organizations to engage, the issue of child trafficking or human trafficking across. But there are also, aside from the internal trafficking, there are borderline trafficking. You have
Yes.
children coming from Ivory Coast, children coming from Guinea, Sierra Leone into the country. But let's begin with our own country, right? Most of the children, there was one time I went to a place to swallow dongo, and I saw you, Marka,
Mm.
and these little girls were selling, and I decided to call them. And surprisingly, they were not in school. Why aren't you in school? Who do you live with? We live with our mom, eh, our auntie. But why you not in school? She pay our school fees. Does she has a child? Does she have a child? Yes. A child in school? Yes. But they're not in school. And we think that that is an abuse of their human rights. When you look at the core principles and the fundamental principles of human rights, it says education, housing, security, 7 different principles of human rights. Education is key, it's paramount. So when you have a child who is growing, see her mates in school and she's not in school, and you bring her with the pretense of sending her to school from the rural parts of the country, but to sell for you and make ends meet, it's a complete violation of disservice to the country.
Do you have
And
any? Do you have any program, especially at the level of port, on maybe taking records of these things, making recommendations for solution?
so Ford has merged with an organization called NICO Liberia.
Okay.
And so NICO Liberia, I worked as a pro bono consultant for NICO Liberia, and were able to go to Grand Bassa County. We said, let us forget about Moserado. Where is this problem? Where the root cause of the problem? Where did it emerge from the counties? And so we decided to go to the rural parts of the country to talk to the people, the importance of education. And Maka, it will surprise you to know that behind Grand Bassa, number 3, behind there,
Mm.
there's a town called Gwen Town.
Okay.
Since the formation of Liberia, no school has been established in that town.
Wow.
So there are 3 different towns. The other town, 10 years ago, they have had school. Never Liberia was able to establish a school there.
Okay.
And we decided that we'll craft a model where the children, because they don't speak English, we talk to their parents. Their parents do farming. Their parents are the teachers. How do we upkeep these children so that we will not have one woman or people living from Maserado or Monrovia to go and collect the children and say, come and sell for me, or come, I will send you to school, and they don't go to school. So we say, okay, they don't know what apple is. They do not see apple. And so the mode of teaching, we say A is for animal, because they can easily have access to animal, they know what it is. And so surprisingly, we win. And all thanks to Pastor Wallace and his wife, it was a celebration of their 50th, her 50th birthday.
Okay.
And she told Amos, the vision bearer of Nico Liberia, Amos, I want to celebrate my birthday with the kids. She bought book bags and different, accessory for them, books, different thing, clothing. And we drove. The road is so terrible. But we went, and those children were so excited, and they were their best.
Okay.
I'm giving this scenario to say,
Mhm.
instead of just focusing in our country, I mean, in Moserado, and leaving the rest of the people on the other side in the country, we can also take to them life.
Exactly. Yeah, so because of time, let's take at least I think we got like 5 minutes. Let's take like 3, 4 calls. Quickly, please just go straight to the point. 30 seconds, please, because of time, because we needed to give her the opportunity to expand on some of these issues. So call on 0770 202579, 0770 202579. Yes, so maybe you can just make a comment on some of the issues she have mentioned this morning as we move on. So again, we have the Nealta Slayon here, the country director of FALAS, the Federation of African Law Students. She's been our guest here this morning on the show. So we could just take few calls this morning for public reaction. Again, 0770 202579. 0770202579 is the number you call. I'm seeing some calls coming, but it appears like, let me just delete this stuff here. Yes, so I mean we have to do this, yeah, this morning. So yes, what next for Palace? What are the next plans? Short
So
term, long term? Yeah.
yes, Falas has a vision of creating a platform where African law students are given the opportunity to interact, and work towards building a formidable uh, uh, continent of legal minds. Um, that is to say, we, like I told you about the mentorship program, and I told you about the hub establishment. We also retained the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We've retained other ECOWAS. We've retained UN, informing them about what Falas is involved with. And there are great feedbacks that are coming. And we are very optimistic of, an assured
My attention has been drawn to what you spoke concerning the LTA. And I think it's quite unfortunate that our leaders, people who will be given opportunity to serve their country and they go there with evil against one another. I think the belief that we saw recently at the LTA was not, it was professional, and I was thankful to appreciate the president for his immediate intervention, and we pray and hope to see the outcome of the investigation.
All right, thank you. So let's good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, dear students. I'm having. Well, I appreciate you very well, but I got issue with the defense of various institutions what they will take council. So I will be representing the clients in institutions, but so